For the similarly named television station currently airing in Canada, see the Score Television Network. Score was the weekend sports service of the Financial News Network, which aired sports-themed programming starting in 1985. It was renamed FNN Sports in 1990 when FNN decided to go with a 24-hour feed on weekdays. Score was forced to dissolve after CNBC bought out FNN in 1991. Score used a sports ticker crawl to update scores at the bottom of the screen. As it was a co-venture with FNN, a stock ticker was often shown across the bottom of the screen. Score provided scores and highlight updates every half-hour. Programming. Score had several shows that were televised versions of what sports talk radio is today. Score featured some professional sporting events, live call-in shows, and sports news shows. Live sporting events included professional wrestling, MASL soccer, college basketball, the CFL, and boxing. It also broadcast a couple NASCAR races in 1988 that were originally slated for SETN before it folded. It also showed at least 2 games at the 1986 National Invitation Tournament. Call-in shows, including Time Out for Trivia. Its most popular show was Time Out for Trivia, hosted by Todd Donahoe and produced by Eric Corwin. Time Out for Trivia was the first national live interactive game show in which viewers phoned in, and if they correctly answered a question, they'd win a prize. One of the most popular prizes on the show was the Daredevil vacuum cleaner, which often included a funny sound effect like an ooh or an ooh. Humor was almost always an ingredient, particularly in the multiple-choice questions, which often included an obvious non-sports figure as one of the possible answers. Time Out for Trivia became a cult hit on cable TV, receiving many glowing reviews in newspapers and magazines. Gary Noon, a columnist for the Dayton Daily News, has called Toft cable TV at its best, and Wendell Barnhouse, radio TV columnist for the Fort Worth Star-Telegram, says it is one of life's joys. Sports Illustrated did a feature about Toft in its famous swimsuit issue. Donahoe and Corwin did over 1,000 shows together, including a 1,000th show special edition, a 1-hour program which featured highlights from the first 999 shows. Donahoe and Corwin worked together on Toft and other shows at FNN Score from 1985 through 1989 before joining the sports department at KABC. Much of this show was incorporated into a show on KABC called Monday Night Live, which aired after Monday Night Football from 1990 to 1999. When Donahoe's contract was not renewed by KABC, the show was then renamed Sports Zone with host Rob Fukuzaki, and it remained an MNF post-game show until the package left ABC after the 2005 season. Sports Zone remains on KABC, following many events televised by the network. Other call-in shows included The Fan Speaks Out, The Final Score, and The Sports Collector. News programs. News shows featured included Tennis Talk, a baseball program called The Hot Stove League, and a sports wagering program with Wayne Root. Other hosts included Bill Brown, Byron Day, John Losing, Hugh Millay, and Fred Wallin. Many of the shows were directed by Brad Toberman. Show producers included Jim Batty, Michael Pierce, Stephen Herbert, Gary Kubik, Hugh Millay, Eric Corwin, and Stephen Friedman. Professional wrestling. The professional wrestling programming exposed fans throughout the country to regional territory wrestling promotions. These territories included the Mid-Atlantic with Ric Flair and Chief Wahoo McDaniel, Memphis with Jerry the King Lawler, Texas with the Von Erichs and the Maivia families, Hawaii promotion with Rocky Johnson, King Curtis, Don Muriso, Lars Anderson, Superfly Snuka, Bruiser Brody and many Japanese wrestlers. It also prominently featured wrestling from the Continental Wrestling Federation, including matches featuring Eddie Gilbert, Tom Pritchard, and the Dirty White Boy. Management: President Arnie Rosenthal,